Howdy folks, a little bit of an update on the Grundig. So I'm working on the cabinet at the moment and seeing if I can rescue the top panel. And so as you can see, it's stripped down to the wood, but I used acetone to dissolve and remove the varnish. And of course that tends to leave a bit of stain, so you'll see difference in colour. And so where you'd sand it, you'd get down to the original wood without anything seeping in. When you do the acetone, some of the colour, the dye in the varnish will seep into the wood. Anyway, there's a lot of dents in the wood, and so before I decided whether or not I just simply completely recover the top here, I thought I'd see how much of the damage I might be able to correct. So I've been sort of steaming the various bad dents, and quite a number of them came up reasonably well actually. So hopefully what I'm going to do is see about getting the colour consistent. The steaming technique, by the way, that I use, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it, is you just put a wet cloth down and then you touch the top of the wet cloth with a hot soldering iron. So you inject steam into the wood fibres, and then you keep doing that. It's deadly boring, and you keep doing that time and time again, and gradually see if you can get the fibres of the wood to re-expand and come back out. And then when you sand it off, hopefully it'll look halfway decent. So I've removed the brightwork metal trim from around the front, and I've taken off all the varnish around the front panel and on the top. I'm on the sides yet because I need to remove the brightwork from the metalwork and things on the side before I do that. And well, I don't want to do that until I take out the speakers, and so there's no risk of getting chemicals in there and all that stuff. Okay, so that's kind of it. Hopefully next time you see this, it'll be nicely uniform in colour and may even have some sort of protective coat on it. Obviously there's areas where you can't repair, so this is clearly going to have to put a patch there and see what that looks like when we're done. So this is what the cabinet looks like at the moment. It's coming along. Here's a little tip which may come in handy. I find when I'm working with circuit diagrams a lot, they tend to get water and WD-40 and all sorts of junk on them, and they get wrecked. So for this one, I laminated it, so it's a plastic covered, so it's a little bit more durable. The other thing I've benefit of these things is when you're messing around tracing circuitry, if you get these whiteboard markers, especially kids ones, which tend to be more easy to rub off than some of the others, if you're doing things like tracing circuitry, for instance, just having a look at how the smoothing is done in the power supply, and then when you have all that sorted out and you want to do something else, you just come along with a rag and wipe it off, and there you go, on to something else. So there you are, just in case that comes in handy sometime.